Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, Ron here at Ablesys. Welcome to the webinar. Take a look at the charts and the signals from today's intraday trading. We'll also take a look at a daily, weekly chart, a little longer time for longer term trading for stocks. I like a 130/daily, 130 minutes daily. It goes into the daily three perfect trades, three perfect times. Because 130 times 3 is 390 minutes. So our 130 daily works really good for swing trading. You get 3 price bars or 3 signals per day. So that works really well too. So just depends on whatever you like. Some people like to do longer term. They hate to do day trading and vice versa. Some just like to swing, which is really good especially for options. So just depends on whatever you like. And the software doesn't care. It works exactly the same, whether you trade stocks or futures, whether you trade long-term or short-term, it doesn't mean a thing. The accuracy is exactly the same. It just depends on how long you can be in front of your computer. Obviously, to be successful, you have to be there every day, take all the trades, about 10 per day for day trading. We use a 1-minute, 3-minute combination, and they both have to agree with our algorithm before we take the trade. So that's a real big plus. I mean, we really have a lot of odds in our favor when that happens. And it's the most important thing is low risk. Nothing is more important than preserving your money and not blowing out your account. So that's why AbleTrend signals are very low risk, which is why it's so popular for all these years. So let's jump in. I got PANW daily chart. It's a good, nice. These are always a good mover. So it's a good one for trading, and obviously we're going to have a perfect sell signal right there. The first thing you're looking for is the red X. That's the weekly signal. It's also the weekly resistance. So when you get a weekly red X and then you get a red bar, you have to have both. Nothing else qualifies it. It's either both or nothing. That's when you have a sell signal. So AbleTrend would be buying puts there. And obviously, picked up the big downtrend when the market crashed back in March. However, actually started the end of February. And then we got the perfect triple confirmations trade right here. You've got a blue bar on the daily. That means it's going to go up. You've got a blue daily dot, meaning there's support below the price. That's why it keeps going to these points and stopping. And you've got the big blue X, as I mentioned before. That's the weekly buy signal. So you've got everything is perfectly lined up. What we're going to do then is just stay in the trade. Stop goes just a couple ticks underneath the small blue dot. That's all. Just put it just slightly below the small blue dot. If you really need to put it a little closer, you can put it just a little bit under the first price bar. But that's what we do for day trading. For long-term trading, and we're not into nickels and dimes here. We're looking we're looking at the bigger picture to stay in it for a long time. So as long as you stay above these blue dots, it means you're safe. Don't get nervous like everybody else on a down day and get out. Not with AbleTrend if you're following our simple rules and our signals, which have been nothing short of fantastic, again this year and even just this week, especially recently in the last couple of months with the added volatility for the intraday trading has just been great. Now we had a choppy morning today, but then it all came together at the end of the day. That's why you got to stick with it the whole day, because sometimes like we started out real good, then it got choppy, then it was good again. Nobody knows. You just don't know. You got to take all the signals, and we average 10 intraday signals per day. But getting back to the long term here, if anybody had our software 2 months ago, well, you bought it here actually a month and a half ago. You bought it at about 170. We're still in the trade at 227. That's over 50 points profit. And it never once said to get out. And there were plenty of down days along the way. Stayed above the blue dots. Never even came close to having a red bar. You had triple confirmation. You had the blue bar and the blue cross. First thing you look for is the cross, because that's the higher time frame. Once you have the blue cross, which actually came in over here a week before, but the day signals were green, which means neutral, or red, which means downtrend. So we're not touching it. This is called a no trade zone. So we go long over here at 172. We're still in it 50, 55 points later. Stop goes right there. Second lower row of blue dots below the price. Not the first one. That's our support, which stops it from going lower. That's a protection, like it was right here. It blocks the price from going lower. That's good. We love that. We've got a nice wall of protection under the price in case it goes down. Stop goes 2 steps down. So we put the stop here right around, say, 213, in at 172. So, it's a home run. That's it. That's looking real good. Okay, let's jump in and take a look at an intraday chart. I like to look at 3 charts. Not so much a tick. That's only really for sweet spots. But I really like I'm constantly looking at the 3-9 chart. Just to get a little bigger picture. We like the 3-9 for a little bigger picture. You can see it stayed long all day long. That's the market's in an extremely powerful uptrend for the past 2 months. In fact, it's the most powerful uptrend in 87 years. The down day today for not so much for the NASDAQ, but for the S&P and Dow, but it's just in a unbelievably strong. And if you would go on logic, you think, how could that be? With the virus and people at work and businesses closed, it just doesn't make sense. I totally agree. It doesn't make sense. But that's why you can't trade on emotion or on your feelings or on your thoughts. Because if I did, I would no way in the world would I think it's going to go higher, and it just keeps on going higher every week. So you got to just trade the charts, and that's the hard part. If you trade your emotions or your feelings, you have no chance of winning. None of us do. It's a guaranteed way to just lose our money. But if you trade on an algorithm with a 20-year track record, not a lucky week or a lucky year, 20-year track record of consistency, and not using free indicators like your MACDs and moving averages. You can get those at any website in the world. That's why 90% of traders lose, because they're using free indicators. Everybody's using the same free indicators. It's just a waste. It's just a waste of money, waste of money and time. But these are low risk, high reward potential algorithms, and there will be losing trades. There's risk in trading. It's not for everybody. I want to make that clear, and there will be losing trades and losing days. I'll guarantee you that. So I'm not here to fool anybody or give you fake stuff or exaggerate, which I hate when that's done to me. I give it to you straight. Winners and losers. So on the 3-9 chart, you can see, and I'm always looking at that 3-9 chart, just to see the slightly bigger picture. Obviously, every single time the price came back down to the 3-minute support, it just popped back up again. It must have done it 10 times today, if not more. Every time it would hit that dot, it would just stop. It just could go lower. The buyers come rushing back in again. It's the same thing as this big X, by the way, because this is a 1-3 chart on the bottom, and this is a 3-9 chart on top. But I'm going to save this more for the advanced webinar I do on Thursdays. By the way, you can see if you're using a 3-9 chart, it was just an unbelievably profitable day today. And then, of course, the software picked up that sell-off the last hour, just absolutely perfect. So it was a huge winning day. However, we really used the 1-3 chart, because the higher the time frame, the further your stops are going to be away. That's not just stable trend. That's any chart in the world, any system in the world. So we really use the 1-minute, 3-minute chart. I just wanted to show you the overview, because it's nice to look. Sometimes you get a real choppy day, just jump on the 3-9 and go, oh my God, that's smooth as silk. That's perfect. Well, then jump over to the 3-9 chart. Makes sense, right? You want to trade the chart that's the smoothest, because any choppiness, we all lose. But here's where the able trend differs from everything else in the world. We're putting 2 time frames and 2 different algorithms together in one chart. So when we get something like this, red and blue vertically on the chart at the same time, that's called a no trade zone. In fact, I'm going to take the 2-minute off. I'm just going to go with the 1-minute, 3-minute. So we had a buy signal at the beginning of the day, but there's just no way you can take that chart straight. You're 50 points away from the blue dot, the support dot underneath it. Just one of our rules, how we eliminate high risk trades. So it did pop up. The 1 minute chart was completely correct, as was the 3 minute, but boy, that's a really difficult. That was a winning trade, but it's really tough to take that. And again, I call it like it is. This is not fake stuff. Even winning trades, sometimes I don't even count them and go, well, why not? The software picked it out. It did well because it was really hard to, maybe it was really fast or it was just too much risk and we don't get in that trade. Even though there was a winning trade, I don't count it as a winning trade because I'll rather under promise and then over deliver when you're trading at real time. But there is your classic textbook sweet spot. A sweet spot is a pullback back down to the support dots. And as you can see, the prices go right to the dots, bounce off of it. And here's the key. The bar goes from green back to blue. Blue is uptrend. Green is sideways or a pullback, neutral bar. So right there at the close of this bar, or really the open of the next bar, because once the bar is closed, they're final. It will never, ever change again. That's why there's no switching signals, cheating. Say, oh, well, you're looking at it today, but in real time, it's different. No, it's exactly the same. Otherwise, it'd be fraud. It's exactly the same. If you don't take the signals till the bar closes, and the bars never change once, and the bars are final once it closes, you could look at this chart today, tomorrow, next year, or 50 years from today. This exact signal came in at that exact minute of the day, and it will never, ever change. So there's your perfect sweet spot. We put the stop 1 point or 2 points below the bottom of the triple confirmation bar. The bar is blue, that's a buy signal. The dot is blue, the 1 minute dot, that's a buy signal. The crosses are blue. The 3 minute crosses are blue. That's a buy signal. Triple confirmation, 1 minute and 3 minute in agree, bouncing off the support, sweet spot, perfectly clear, obvious sweet spot. Doesn't get any better than this. This is about as low risk, high. This is the best risk reward ratio you can just dream of. This is like we drool over this when we see this on an trend chart. Up it goes now. You say, wow, this is a super trade. Stop goes 2 points below the bottom of that first bar. However, as the dots go higher, just move your stop higher. Now, don't put it on the dot. We actually put it on the previous lower blue dot. So when the prices say up here, there's the support dot, but wow, that's like 25 points away. Well, just put it a little bit under the blue dot. That's perfectly fine. The point is you want to have the dot in between the price and your stop so you don't get stopped out that easily. Now, when the bars turn, we would never, ever get out on a blue bar. When the bars turn green, all right, now I'm looking good. All right, we got a huge profit. They turn green. I don't want to give back a monster trade like this. I mean, this is big money right here in 7 minutes using Able Trend. We're in at 93.40. Up here, we're at like 70. That's 40 points. It's $20 a point in a mini NASDAQ. That's $800 in 7 minutes. That Able Trend gave you, me, and everybody who is a serious trader and trades the signals, not their emotions or other signals or their feelings. Because if you do that, I know I would get destroyed, just as most anyone else would too. So when you get 2 green bars, and now I got my alert up. It's like, wow, this could pull back because green means neutral or pullback. I don't want to get back $800 I'm up right now. So what we do is we put the stop 2 points below the bottom of the lower of the 2 green bars. We're going to move that stop up from here, like 30 points away. We're going to move it a lot closer because I want to lock in this big gain. I don't want to give a whole bunch of it back. Nobody's going to pick tops and bottoms. That's impossible. The gamble on that is a losing game. But I want to at least lock in as much of this as I can. We put the stop 2 points below. Well, we get a bonus. It goes higher. Great. Up there's 2 more greens. We would never, ever get out on a blue. The same way if we were short, we would never, ever get out on a red. There's 2 more greens. Now I'm going to move that stop from there. I'm going to move it 1 point below, 2 points below the lower of the 2 green bars. So now I got my stop at 70. I got long at 40. I've locked in 30 points guaranteed. That's where my stop is. I locked in $600 in 12 minutes. That's a guarantee. That's just for one lot. I know a lot of clients trade 10, 20. Some have told me a lot more than that, which I don't believe, but I don't ask nobody. It's none of my business. That's what they say. But if you're just trading one lot, just one regular lot, it's a $600 bill. There's two more greens. Stop goes 2 points below the bottom of that one. Again, the dots are where we're going to put the stop. Now we're going to move it a little closer, Two more greens. Stop goes there. Stop out. Next minute later. We're out at 85. Let's just call it 80 because I don't like to make the gains bigger. I like to actually make them a little smaller. You got commissions, you got slippage, and nobody's going to nail this perfect. It's just impossible. You're not going to get every single penny out of it. So we'll just call it 80, just to make it even a little less. Oh, that's not bad. I mean, in at 40, out at 80, that's 40 points profit. That's a heck of a start. And it was a clear-cut, obvious, able trend trade. Now, what do we do from here? Well, we got the no trade zone there. Oh, well, technically speaking, this is another sweet spot. However, I don't know, if you follow these webinars closely, I only want to take the first sweet spot. I'm not going to take a second one, which is a pullback back to support. I'm not going to take the second or the third. If it goes great, let it go great. Who cares? I got all day. I mean, there's going to be at least 8 to 10 trades a day, so I'll pick up the next one. No big deal. As it turns out, that would have only been a break even anyhow. So we didn't take it. Here's your obvious no trade zone. There's red above and there's blue below. That means stay away. The prices get stuck in the middle. Well, that's exactly what happened. Wow. Abletrend said at 10:28 Eastern, it's going to happen. Well, looking at it half an hour later, well, that's exactly what happened. Up, down, up, down, up, down, right back to the same spot. Well, let anybody who doesn't have Abletrend, get chopped up in that mess and lose. We didn't trade. We just stayed on the sidelines. Again, too much risk. We're only interested in low risk trades only. There's a long signal. There's your blue bar. Here's the blue dot, small dot, small dot. The big dot just means it's the first blue bar. It doesn't mean it's a trade. It just means it's the first blue bar. It's a trend change on the 1 minute chart. But if the 3 minute doesn't agree, who cares? We're not taking it. Rolling right along. We're stopped out right there because we always put the stop at the second lower row of small blue dots. So we lost a couple of points. We're up 40 points going into the trade. Looks like we lost a couple. Let's even call it 5. All right. I'm not going to go through every trade because it's already a little late. But I want to point out the losing trades too. I like to purposely show you that because it's not all perfect. Nothing is. Nothing is. There's a triple confirmation. That's a no trade zone, by the way. There's a triple confirmation trade. Stop goes 2 points below the bottom of the bottom of the bar, out. Okay, gave back about 6 or 7 points on that trade. Okay, we call 12:30 to 1:30 a dead zone because it's kind of lunchtime Eastern. Markets get a little flat during that time. However, when the VIX is this high, it's up around 30. The dead zone is optional. You can trade it if you like, perfectly fine. When the VIX is normal, like 15-ish, in the teens, under 20, let's say, we wouldn't trade during the dead zone. But VIX has been, fantastic in the last couple of weeks, a couple of months. Okay, so anyhow, and we had a winning trade during the dead zone, but I'm not counting it because we don't normally trade during that time. So even though it was a winning trade, I'm not counting it. I want to be very, very, very fair about it. Here's a triple confirmation buy signal. We're going to lose a little bit on that trade because we'd be out on the red bar there. There's another triple confirmation, and we lost a little bit on that one too. However, now it gets fun because we've got the triple confirmation sell signal. First time all day we got a red X. Imagine that. 1 hour before the day, we never had a 3-minute sell signal. That's a pretty powerful uptrend. But there was some news came out about the vaccine, and the market didn't like it, and down it went. However, it only went down for 5 minutes, and it shot right back up again. There is some serious buying power going on. Who's doing it? Who knows? But there is an unbelievable, powerful uptrend, holding up the market. I've never seen one so strong, but again, I'm not going to go on my thoughts or feelings because it won't be right. I can't compare to an algorithm doing all these calculations with multiple time frames and a 20-year track record. I certainly compared. My thoughts can't compare to that. So I'm just going to do what it says. Be like a robot, no emotion. So when we got the triple confirmation trade there's where you want to get in. Tough one to get in. It moved very quickly. So if you missed this one, I can totally understand it. It went, it was like zoom, it zoomed down very quickly. There's your two greens, and the stop out comes on the very next bar. But that was 20 points, but very difficult to get in. So not even though again 20-point winner, not even going to count it because it was, in real time that would have been a tough one to pick up. And then, of course, you've got the triple confirmation trade right there. Now, ideally, if you can put your stop a little bit above the dots, that's the perfect place to put it because you got a wall of protection there. Look how it hits the dot, stops, bounces off of it. Hits the dot 4 times here, bounces off of it. By the way, we put those dots in there 5 minutes before that even happened. No cheating after the fact, none of that stuff. These dots started 5 minutes before it even hit that point. In fact, the price was 30 points away. 3 minutes later, it hit the point. It's like, able to know that. That is crazy. That is crazy accurate. And then you got a beautiful, any one of these red bars here. It's just your perfect sweet spot. It was the opposite of that buy signal I showed you at the beginning of the day. Well, here's the sweet spot to the downside. Red bar right near the red dot. Sweet spot is basically a red bar right near the red dots. To keep it very simple. And obviously, big sell-off at the end, at the end of the day, and that was like another 40-point winner at the end of the day on the sweet spot. But there were like 4 or 5 losing trades in the middle. We had a 40-point winner at the beginning of the day, the first half hour, and a 40-point winner the last half hour. However, there was some losing trades of good 5 to 10 points in between. So don't want to mislead anybody or paint any unrealistic expectations. That's tell it like it is. But overall, obviously, great day today. And yesterday was even better because it was pretty simple. It was just basically kept going higher and higher all day long. So starting off the week, with a bang, yesterday and today. And that's how you use it. But you got to be very robotic. That's the hard part. No emotion. Just do what it says because I can't compare, and I know most anybody else can't either. You can add a third time frame, Arthur. I don't recommend it, but yes, you can. Okay, I'll go through the questions real quick. Sandra, 322, there was a sell in Q, which was stopped out. The market then moved direction. Where does one re-enter? One re-enters on the sweet spot, as I mentioned. Prices went right up to the red dot, bounced off of it. I mean, like you just walked into a wall. I mean, that dot there was like magic. It was so accurate. That's good stuff. That's fantastic information. You just get right back in on the sweet spot. Any one of these red bars was qualified, technically speaking, as a sweet spot. So if you missed the first one, you had 3 or 4 opportunities. And then here's another more sweet spots right there. Michael took the 932 trade. The bar was 15 points. Yep, that's true. That's you're exactly right, Michael. That's correct. And then, of course, the sweet spot, was the big winner at 10 Eastern. I know you're Eastern also. Oh no, about 950 was the buy signal sweet spot. Oh, you're welcome, Deborah. She's saying thanks for the webinars. You're welcome. I'm doing them twice a week now for 15 years or so. I'm always glad to help. Anything I can do for you. Caught the last trade of the day. Wow, 62 points. Good job, Michael Z. Love when I hear that. Good job, my friend. Well done. Stephen, how does Abletrend work on currency pairs? Like I said, it doesn't matter. It works exactly the same accuracy for everything. But the problem is currencies, generally speaking, they don't trend that great. In my opinion, the mini NASDAQ is the best intraday market. If you like the day trade, the mini NASDAQ by far is the smoothest. Edmund, do you recommend listening to real-time audio news? Absolutely not. That was an easy one because it's usually the opposite. Usually what happens is the opposite. I just look at the charts. You can't, the charts, we just go by the price. Sometimes you get good news and the price goes down, or bad news and the price goes up. Like all this bad unemployment reports the last few weeks, and the prices are shooting up like a rocket. I can't figure it out, but that's why don't trade the news, trade the charts, which have the exact prices on it. You're welcome, Stephen. Latif, what is a good market for multi-day trading? Multi-day trading doesn't. I mean, there's one isn't better than another. Just they're all the same. Whatever you pick is fine for swing trading. Stocks, stocks or indices would be very good for swing trading. I like indices. I like indices and ETFs, better than individual stocks, but stock will work great. You get a bigger bang for your buck. There's more risk, there's more reward. And they'll all work well. You're welcome. All right, well, thanks for being here, everyone. Hope this was helpful. We'll see you back here on Thursday for those who have Abletrend. What's very important is to do the one-on-one trading session, which I'll do with you, 15-minute trading session for anybody who's on a trial right now. You're welcome to that. It's included, so I'll gladly do that for you. Whenever you have 15 minutes, we can do that together. Show you I can teach you more, or show you more, and answer your questions one-on-one better in a 15-minute one-on-one trading session than I can if you watched 10 webinars. I could show you more in 15 minutes. These webinars are all recorded and they're on YouTube. So if you go on YouTube and search for Ablesys, which is our company, Ablesys, they'll all be there. Everybody gets one 30-day trial. Trials are for new users. And then after that, you just decide whether you want to buy a 1-year license or a lifetime. Those are the two choices. It's not monthly. It's either a lifetime or 1 year. Obviously, the lifetime is your better deal because you pay a little more than the 1 year and you get it for lifetime. All the pricing is also on the website. Just click on pricing. So always glad to help. Let me know what I can do. If you need any help in any way, we also have tech support here, which is excellent for setting up the charts or any questions. Technically, tech support does the setups, and then I'll do a one-on-one trading session with you. So thanks for being here, everyone. Have a good night and stay safe.